What's happening, Celtic family? I hope you're all doing well out there. Look, the last time I posted up here was Friday, so we've played Dundee United within that time. But we've got a lot to go over. Obviously, we're playing Bayern Munich tonight in the second leg. And I also told you in the last video, we'll look at some comments about the last video, which is about Liam McGrandle. So let's go over a few things. So we've got a lot to cover. Obviously Friday was the last time I posted on here, and the only reason I've been a bit quiet is because my father has been rehoused, so we're decorating and we're getting him ready to get him moved in. Anybody who has followed me on TikTok for a number of years, you'll know fine well that I put a post up a good while back about banging my head off a brick wall trying to get my father a move. My father doesn't keep particularly well, and for the last 3 years I have been fighting with housing associations, councils to get him a move because he stays in the top flat of a block of flats, so he struggles to get up and down the stairs. But listen, we got him a move, so brilliant. Thank you to everybody who has shown me love and support, especially on TikTok. When I made that post and people tagging other people in it who could help me out and giving me advice, it's been very much appreciated. And after 3 years, as I say, we've eventually got him the move. So that was the only reason that I haven't posted on here, guys. I know fine well on Friday I said in that video that was about Bayern Munich, and also we touched on the whole Liam McGrandles thing, that I would go over a few comments, because I always say leave in the comment section, let's get you involved and let's discuss anything that we've talked about in the video. So a lot of yous had a lot to say about Liam McGrandle specifically. I'm not going to go through all the comments on it because a lot of yous all thought the same thing, that we just need to get behind people. There wasn't a lot of people in there who were being nasty or anything about it. They were just saying that us as Celtic supporters need to stand behind each other. And I echo that sentiment massively because I wrote a song called Boys in the Green, and it was about Celtic supporters being united. And that's what the song is about a united fan base. And I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't want to keep on this negative path of things. That's not what I'm here to do. But I am here to talk about things Celtic. I am here to talk about things that revolve around Celtic, whether that be good, bad or the ugly. Then I think that maybe we should discuss it. And I felt like I had to say something. I'm a guy, exactly like I said before, that wrote a song, came out with a song. So I understand that Liam is a guy who also writes music and sings music. And I wanted to back him by saying that, you know, this wasn't acceptable, the fact that people think that they can come on to social media, say what you want, and there not be any repercussions of it, because these things do affect people. As I said on there, I'm big enough, old enough, bold enough, and I really don't care enough for people to come on and have a go at me. And as I said, 99% of the people when I released Boys in the Green were absolutely phenomenal about it. The support I got was unbelievable. I've been on TikTok for years, and of course I get that other side of the city on there slating me and slagging me. But listen, I find it funny. I can take it. It's not a problem. But when it starts affecting your family like it did with Liam, somebody who has got a bit of a platform, like on TikTok, I have a bit of a platform. I am starting to build this community of Celtic supporters on YouTube. So therefore, I should be able to come on here and say what it is that I feel. You don't have to agree with it. I'm not asking you to come on and leave in the comment section and everybody to agree with exactly what it is that I say. I don't really mind if you come on there and have your say. That is what it is for. But let's keep things PG. Let's keep things to a level where we can have a discussion about things. You don't need to come on and start slating people. But listen, I'm going to go and I'm only going to upload a couple of comments here. Because as I said, most of yous were all on the same sort of wavelength with it, that at the end of the day, whether you're into Liam McGrandle's music or you're not, show a bit of support. That's all he's asking, or that's all anybody's asking. show a bit of support, because we're all on the same team. So we've got Andrew Farrell here. Andrew, thank you very much, mate, for taking the time out your day to leave me a comment, and this is what you've got to say. Let us simply get an atmosphere going ourselves. Listen, Andrew, as I said, thank you very much, mate, for the comment. I really do appreciate it, and I understand what you're saying, and I think Liam understood that there is a certain amount of people within the support base that don't need to have someone playing before the game. But for the likes of Liam or myself or anybody who writes music or anything, for you to, especially if it's about Celtic and it revolves around Celtic, or doesn't matter, but if you're a Celtic supporter, one of the biggest things that you could be asked is from Celtic is, can you come and can you play a song, or can you come and play a couple of songs? It must be an amazing feeling for Liam. Liam's done it God knows how many times now. But every time it must be an amazing feeling for him to be asked. But I do understand what you're saying, Andrew. I'm pretty sure Liam does as well. But the thing is, let us simply get an atmosphere going ourselves. Okay, I'm going to mention the guys at 20 Minute Tim's. Good on you guys, 20 Minute Tim's. Great podcast. If you haven't watched it, make sure that you go onto YouTube and have a look at them. I watch all the Celtic content. I love it. I always have. Even before I started any of my YouTube stuff, I would watch what these guys had to say, because it's informative and I just fucking enjoy watching it. But at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. Trying to get the atmosphere going ourselves. But, and it's a massive but, we've tried this before. I remember before the Green Brigade were in, and the atmosphere, you had to get it going yourself. But without the Green Brigade in there now, so it doesn't matter if it's Liam McGrandles who's standing there playing the guitar. The only people that get it going is the Green Brigade or the Bhoys. Now, when that's taken away, and it has been taken away more recently, when the Green Brigade and the Bhoys weren't in the stadium, the atmosphere was fucking dire. The atmosphere was dire. Now, I don't care what anybody says. I sat there with it, and I'm in the lower, Lisbon Lions lower stand, and everybody around there has had season tickets for a long time since I've been there, and they've got families and they've got everything. I remember all us in our section were trying to get the atmosphere going. We're trying to sing songs, and the rest of the place just sat and done nothing. So Liam McGrandles, whether you agree or not with him, or like his music or don't like his music, there is an element and there's a lot of support who do like it, and it does get them up and going. But without the Green Brigade and without the Bhoys, and by the way, I'll sit here and I'll say I'm all for the Green Brigade and all for the Bhoys. I know there's some of you out there who they divide opinion. I'm all for them because they bring an atmosphere. Now, I'm not all for some of the things that go on, right? Because, yes, I understand the whole situation with, especially when we go away from home in Europe and things are being thrown on, that you can't necessarily blame these guys for it. They will take the brunt of it. They will take the brunt of it. But, listen, there could be people just, General Joe, who get carried away, throw a flare onto the ground because they're just excited and get carried away with it. But the Green Brigade seem to get it, and it seems to be the Green Brigade or the Bhoys seem to get the brunt of it because they're the ones that are stopping us from going out, or they're the ones that are getting us banned, or they're costing the club money. Now, there's an element of truth to it, but it's not all on them. But getting back to your statement, let's get the atmosphere going ourselves. Okay, let's do that. But we all need to be in it. We all need to be doing it. Because, as I said, when the Green Brigade are not there, or the Bhoys are not there, the atmosphere is atrocious. It takes a massive nosedive. And that's as simple as I can put it. And that is fact. And anybody who sits there who's a season ticket holder or goes to the games regularly will definitely, and there's no way you can argue this point with me, when they're there, the atmosphere is alive and they get it going. But without them, it's dead. And that is something we certainly need to fix. And I mentioned the 20 Minute Tims because I actually came across a short there. I don't know, that might be old, I'm not sure. But I came across a short just the other day, and they were talking about how the atmosphere has just got absolutely horrendous inside Celtic Park. At times, not all the time, but at times it is. And it never used to be like that. But listen, Andrew, thank you very much, mate, for taking the time out. I honestly do appreciate it, and keep them coming. So let's go on to John Gillespie. John, thank you very much for getting in contact, mate. As I say, I really appreciate it. This is what you've got to say. Agree with you. Liam has become part of paradise when he sings at these big games. Look, listen, this is the thing. As Liam said in his statement, that he knows there is certain people who don't really want someone playing before the game. And as the previous comment was as well, he's probably in that as well. But the thing is, there is a lot of people inside Celtic Park who appreciate it, who like it, who do feel like it gives them a buzz before the game. So we can't just take into consideration that nobody at Celtic wants Liam or whoever it is to play before a game. Because there's plenty of people out there who do, right? It's as simple as that. And all that anybody's asking, all anybody's asking is that you just show a bit of support and just get the atmosphere going along with that person who's playing. Give them a clap, sing along with them, because at the end of the day, we're all Celtic supporters and we should all be supporting each other, whether you like it or you don't like it. And if you don't like it that much, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. It's pretty simple. It is that simple. So let's move on to Coy Big 1967. This is what you've got to say. Thanks for your comment. You're using this to try and push yourself. You show up out of nowhere a few months back with a clothing brand and everything, and immediately start talking about how Rangers fans are obsessed with you and other Celtic fans are this and that. Extremely sus. Listen, Coy Big 67, thank you very much for your comment. I really appreciate it. And let me answer it. When you say that I'm trying to push myself on here, I'm using this to try and push myself. I'm assuming you're meaning I'm using the whole Liam McGrandles story to try and push myself on this platform. Now, I will agree and I will disagree. I will disagree that I'm using Liam McGrandles to push myself on this platform, because I don't need anybody to push me on this platform. I told you, and I've told people at the start of this, I will come on and I will be nothing but myself, because authenticity is everything. People can see through the bullshit. I don't sit here and I don't talk and try and be someone who I'm not. And the thing is, I have been on TikTok, so you're trying to say that I've just came out of nowhere. I've been on TikTok for the past 4-5 years talking about Celtic. Built myself up to having over 30,000 followers, and I'm not even on it that much. It's not like I post all the time. But I come on there, I'm authentically myself, unapologetically myself, and I just talk about the things that I feel, and I talk about Celtic and how it feels for me to be a Celtic supporter, and talk about everything around Celtic, because I enjoy it. So to say that I'm on here pushing myself, to push what? To push my personal brand? Probably. You're fucking right. Because at the end of the day, you are right. I came on, I've got a clothing brand that I'm in the middle of doing. So 100%. I came out with a song. So am I pushing myself on this platform to get these things out there? 100%. Of course I am. Now, I don't need this platform. I don't need TikTok. It doesn't pay me any money. YouTube doesn't pay me anything. TikTok doesn't pay me anything. Nothing that's going to give me the life that I want. I have my own business that does fine. That does really well. That's what pays everything. So when I'm coming on here, or when I'm on TikTok, or wherever I am, I'm doing it because it's a hobby. Because I enjoy it. And if I've got a clothing brand that's going to drop soon, or I've got a song that's going to drop soon, or that has dropped, and I'm on here and I'm talking about it, that's called promoting it. That is called promoting it. So if you think that I'm on here pushing myself to promote things, 100%. I'm not sitting on my arse, mate, doing absolutely nothing with my life. Now, when you stop sitting on your couch scratching your balls and sending texts or comments like that and start pushing on with your life and doing things in your life, then that's when you can come on and start having a go about people looking for clout or whatever it is that you want to say that they're doing. I am on here pushing my personal brand, yes, but for what reason? Because I enjoy doing it. Because right now it doesn't bring me any money. But I spend a lot of time doing it. Why? Because I enjoy doing it. Because I enjoy talking about Celtic. Because I attend all the games. So what better way to talk about it with other like-minded Celtic supporters and getting their opinion on things? Because this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion to things. It's not gospel. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. You can move on. You can watch other Celtic outlets because there's fucking plenty of them. And as I say, I watch all of them. They all do a great job. But when you're talking about that I am trying to push myself on here, you are right. I am trying to push myself on here for whatever reason. I've got plans. As I said, I've got plans. And actually, Liam McGrandles reached out to me through social media after this. And it was just really, really nice to speak to the guy. And I made it pretty clear that, mate, you're one of our own. And I'm a guy that if I've got something to say, I'll say it. It's as simple as that. As I said, you don't have to watch. You don't have to buy any of my stuff that I'm putting out there. You don't have to listen to my song. You don't have to... Nothing. You don't have to do any of that. That is completely on you. But as I said, I don't get paid for this. I come on here because I enjoy talking about Celtic. I enjoy growing this community of like-minded Celtic supporters where we can come on and have a chat about things, or you can come on and get my take on things, and then maybe it'll give you your take on things and you can leave in the comment section. We can get a discussion going about it. That's all it's about. And yes, I do have a clothing brand coming out, and it's dedicated and sort of driven towards Celtic supporters. So therefore, why would it not make sense for me to come on my YouTube channel and promote it when the time is right? Why would it not make sense for me? And by the way, I've started writing another Celtic song. Something I thought I wouldn't do. I thought Bhoys in the Green, that'll be it. But something's came to my head. And as I said, if you watched my interview with Paul John on A Celtic State of Mind, I said to him that it just dropped from the sky. I had no plans on putting a Celtic song out there. That song dropped from the sky. I wrote it, and then loads of people wanted me to put it out. And then this has been kind of similar with a second Celtic song. What will I do with it? I don't know, but I've probably put it out. I'll probably put it out. So yes, I will also use this platform to let people know. By the way, I've got another song out. But listen, Coy Big 1967, listen, I really do appreciate you getting in touch. Keep them coming. It's much appreciated. Cheers. And just to finish off in a positive, I've got a comment from Gail Smith, and she says, first time I've seen your channel, and it's nice to put a face to the guy who wrote such a cracking Celtic song. Best wishes and hail, hail. Thank you very much, Gail. I really do appreciate it. As I said, I have started to write a second song, and I hope that when I do put it out, I hope you will all enjoy it as much as you did Bhoys in the Green. And the support I got, as I said, there was also negative stuff in there, but I'm a guy that doesn't let things like that faze him, honestly. But 99% of people, I got so much support. I hope that the second song will do the first song a bit of justice. It's a bit different, but I didn't want to just do exactly the same. But there's a different sort of backstory to it. And I hope that you all enjoy it when I do decide to put it out. I'm in no rush to put it out, but hopefully some point this year I will put it out. But Gail, thank you so much for your comment. And everybody, thank you so much for the comments and all the videos and all the love and support. So thank you very much. Listen, now that we've got all that out of the way, and the thing is with this, guys, as I said, I'm always going to keep this real. I'm always going to talk about things that revolve around Celtic, whether that be the good, bad or the ugly, as I said. I'm always going to talk about them, and you are absolutely correct in coming in the comment section. You don't need to agree with things, but it is what it is. I've said what I've got to say, and we move on. And we move on to tonight, where we take on Bayern Munich in the second leg. Now, I don't know about you, but I was just saying to someone there a couple of days ago, whatever happens in this leg, whatever happens, I am so proud of Celtic. I think Celtic have been phenomenal and really held themselves in a great account throughout this Champions League process. Now, this whole league format that we've done has definitely helped us, and it's definitely given us more of a platform to progress within this Champions League competition. But it's a very, very hard competition. You hear players, you hear managers say it all the time that there is no easy games. There is no easy games. And apart from Borussia Dortmund, which I believe we've definitely learnt from, Celtic for me have done phenomenal. And I am so proud. And when I came out of the Bayern Munich game, I walked out of there with my chest held high, because it felt amazing, because Celtic really did give a good account of themselves, especially in that second half. Second half, they opened up a wee bit more, they started to attack a wee bit more, which I felt we could have done a wee bit more in the first half. But again, you have to be a bit sensible when it comes to games like playing against Bayern Munich, because they are tipped to win this, or one of the teams that are tipped to win this competition. And they're an incredible team. They really are. I was saying to my father through the week that I was watching Neuer when he was warming up, because he's right at my end, and he was taking the ball on the chest with his goalkeeping coach and volleying it back. And every time he done it, his coach didn't have to move. The ball just went straight to him. And every time the ball would come in, he would take it on his chest and he would volley it back. And just watching things like that, I remember sitting there watching it going, fuck me. That's unbelievable. They are such a good team. And that's your goalkeeper. They are such a good team. So we all know that tonight is going to be extremely hard. It's the best thing that could have happened was Dyson Maeda getting that goal for us to make it 2-1. Because so we know that we get a goal, we're right back in it. We're right back in this tie. But it is a massive ask. It is a huge ask to go out to the Allianz Arena and play Bayern Munich, as I said, German giants in football in general, and go out there and get a result against them. But we are still in the tie. And it's exactly what Brendan Rodgers said, that he wanted to go into the second leg with a bit of hope. And we've got that. We go into this tie tonight with a bit of hope. How we approach this game is a tricky one. I see a lot of people on a lot of channels saying that we keep it tight, we keep it compact, and we just try and hit them off the break again. I understand what they're saying, I get that, because as I said, you have to be sensible when you're coming into this kind of game playing against Bayern Munich, who are deadly, who can cut you open in an instant. So you have to be a bit savvy. You have to be a bit cautious. You have to keep it tight. But for me, I feel like last week we could have pressed a wee bit more. But we could have pressed and still put the Bayern Munich defence under a wee bit more pressure, because at times when we did put them under pressure, they didn't really know what to do. They didn't really know how to handle it. As I said, Adam Ida at times sort of stood off the defenders quite a bit when they were knocking it back and forward, obviously trying to play out from the back. Whereas I think if he had just put the pressure on a wee bit more, and don't get me wrong, he did do that at times. And I thought when Adam Ida actually did press at times in that first half, that we got a little bit of joy out of it, because the back line of Bayern Munich kind of panicked a wee bit. And it was so good to see. As I said, Adam Ida is a big, strong, physical presence. So when he's putting pressure on any defender, you do panic a wee bit, and it lets them make a mistake that they probably wouldn't have done if they're given more time. So this game, as I said, is going to be so hard, and it's a very, very difficult one to really think how we sort of approach this game. I think people are right. We have to kind of keep it compact as much as possible, especially in that first half, because then going into the second half, you then have to open up a wee bit more. If we go into the first half and it's 0-0, which, by the way, I don't think it will be. I think Bayern Munich will score in that first half. So therefore, that kind of changes the game a wee bit more again, because you can't really stay compact then, because if you're wanting to try and get anything from the game and Bayern Munich score first, you really have to go for it. But then, obviously, still be a bit wise to the fact that at any point in time, if you are pressing too high, that Bayern Munich will find them openings and kill you off. So it's a difficult one. It's a really, really hard one to figure out how you approach this game. But I think if Celtic can hold on till half-time at possibly 0-0 or 1-0, go in equal at half-time, to then come out in the second half and play a similar style to what we played in the second half of the first leg, where I really do think that Bayern Munich got a massive shock. And the only thing that separated it was the fact that Harry Kane was left on his own in the box and got that shot away. And listen, it was a great finish. As I said, you can say what you want about Harry Kane, but the guy's a great striker, one of the best strikers on the planet. And if you're going to give him all that room, he is going to kill you off. And that's what happened. I thought Celtic, apart from that, really kept Harry Kane pretty quiet. But to leave him with so much room, I believe that's something that we would have definitely learnt from. I can't see that happening again. But as I said, Bayern Munich they're a great side and they find spaces. So obviously we're going in goals with Kasper Schmeichel and a back four of Alistair Johnston, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Austin Trusty, and I know that the left back position has got people really thinking because Jeffrey Schlupp has come in there, and for me and a lot of people, he's hit the ground running. I thought he was brilliant against Dundee United at the weekend. I do think sometimes that he is a wee bit too far forward, and I did think that in like his first game that he played for us. But in saying that, against Dundee United, yes, he did play quite high, but he managed to get himself back. So I know that is one that is kind of doing the rounds now, whether people think they'll go for Greg Taylor or they'll go for Jeffrey Schlupp. I personally think that Greg Taylor will get a start. I know a lot of people are divided with Greg Taylor, especially when it comes to Europe. And a lot of people saying that he was at fault for the first goal. For me, it's a tough one because the ball just kind of hits off him and he gets twisted and turned. But when you're playing against the pedigree of a player like that, it is so, so difficult. He gets twisted and turned and they get the shot off, and it's a fantastic goal. But I do understand why it is causing a bit of sort of divide in the support and what way they're thinking. If it was me, I would play Schlupp. Jeffrey Schlupp would be in there for me, but I believe that Brendan will go for Greg Taylor. In the middle, then we're just keeping it the same. I think it'll be Cal McGregor, Rio Hatate and Arne Engels in the middle of the park, because I thought they were brilliant. I thought they were brilliant against Bayern Munich. They kept them at bay. They knew fine well that they were going to have to slip into the defence and defend for their life and help in there, but they kept them at range. And I thought on the break, or when Celtic got a break, Celtic looked very, very composed in the middle of the park. So I'm definitely going with the usual three in the middle of the park. Up front. So up front, again, is up for debate. And it was up for debate in the first leg for the simple fact that Daisen Maeda is playing unbelievable through the middle. And it's so true when I'm reading about, or I'm listening to people when they're talking about when Daisen Maeda went in through the middle and when Ida came off and we put Jota on and we put Daisen through the middle, how much that actually changed the game. And I believe that it did. I believe that it changed the game as well. But I don't know if Brendan will change it. I hope that he does, but I don't know if he will. And that is nothing against Adam Ida, because Adam Ida, since his time, getting his real chance to come in there and show what it is that he has to offer, I believe has taken it. Just take his goal against Dundee United at the weekend. I thought Adam Ida done well at the weekend. I thought he was relatively quiet, but he held the ball up well. Didn't get many chances in goal, but boy, when he fucking did he take it. What a goal. Absolutely unbelievable. So that's all Adam Ida needs. He just needs these wee chances. And I know it was against Dundee United, and that's fair enough, right? Maybe they didn't close him down as much as if you're playing against a Bayern Munich and he's not going to get that amount of time. But that is the kind of goals that he can produce. So it is a bit of a headache for Brendan Rodgers, who he puts on there. I don't know if he'll change it, but my front three is going to be Kuhn on the right, Jota on the left, and Dyson through the middle. I just feel for me that when that came around in the first leg, when we had that structure of them front three, it completely and utterly changed the game. So I'm going to go with Dyson through the middle, Jota on the left, and Kuhn on the right. So that's it. We're under no illusion how tough this game is going to be tonight. As I said, if Celtic can kind of get into the second half where we're level, then we're in with a shot. We're in with a chance. And as I said, as Celtic supporters, we love to dream. And it's going to be an absolute phenomenal game. If you are out at the game, enjoy it. I'm sure it'll be an amazing atmosphere in there. Hopefully we can get something from the game. If you're like me and you're watching it from home tonight, enjoy it, scream at the TV, show your support. I know they can't fucking hear you, but listen, let's just go mad. Let's enjoy it. Celtic have done absolutely phenomenal to get to this stage, and it's just taking that on to next season and building on what we have already achieved this season. But listen, I'm going to head off. I'll speak to you probably over the weekend. As I said, I'm still helping my father move all his stuff, so everything's a bit all over the place. My schedule's just not what it should be. But I'll speak to you at the weekend. Enjoy the game. Leave in the comment section what you think about the game tonight and anything else that we've discussed on this today. Let's get a conversation going in the comment section. As I said, it is always good to read what you guys have got to say. Always good to get you involved in the channel. Wherever you are watching the game tonight, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you haven't, then thank you very fucking much for wasting your time. It's much appreciated. Stay safe out there, Celtic family. Hail, hail, and take it easy. Cheers.